Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. We are going to talk about the Kansas City shooting. What happened there? Is it racially motivated? And we know how mainstream media is going to spin this. Stay tuned. We got more coming up for you. Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I want to give a real quick shout out to today's sponsor, Virtual Shield VPN. And the reason I promote it, guys, is because I use it every single day and I know that it works, and I've proven it in videos in the past. If you use the link in the description, you're going to get 50% off, and that's going to help you protect your identity, your activity, and your location anytime you're surfing on the net. That link is in the description below. All right, the Kansas City shooting. What do you think the odds are that we're getting all the truth, 100% of the truth out of fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media? Probably not, especially when they spin it like this white guy, this bad, evil white guy harmed an innocent black teenager. This is horrible. White homeowner accused of shooting black teen who went to the wrong house in Kansas City will face 2 felony charges, officials announced. And they're spinning this as though, even this Clay County prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson says, I can tell you there was a racial component to the case. Well, that's telling us a lot. We already knew that. One guy is white, one kid is black. And by the way, the guy is 85 years old. There's some, what if this whole thing was an accident? This kid supposedly, the story goes, it's 10 o'clock at night. He's 16 years old. He drives into the driveway of the wrong house. And they show a map over here on Fox. They show, just to give you a bird's eye view of what the lay of the land was here. He was supposed to be at this house right here. He ended up being at this house. Both streets are named 115th. One is 115th Terrace and one is 115th Street. And they're both 1100 Northeast 115th. So I can understand how there would be a mistake there. So the kid pulls up into the driveway at 10 p.m. at night. Now he's walking up to the house, and as he's walking up to the house, I'm questioning, how many times have you been at this house? How could you have made that mistake? Supposedly he left his cell phone at home so he couldn't call somebody and verify, but he's there to pick up his siblings. So wouldn't you know, because this 84-year-old Andrew Lester was at home in bed. So I'm assuming the lights were off. Wouldn't you see that the lights are off? Possibly, and hey, this is probably the wrong address. This house doesn't look familiar, doesn't look like the same driveway. At what point would you start asking yourself questions and go, you know what, I may be at the wrong address? And what if, because it's not even being posited here by mainstream media, what if this was an honest mistake on the teen's part and on Andrew Lester's part? Andrew Lester's 84 years old. How well can he see at 84? How fragile is he? How much of a victim did he think he might be if, he let this person in who was, attempting to ring his doorbell or try to open his door or whatever at 10 o'clock at night? How scared was he? How rational of a decision could he make when he was that scared and if he couldn't see it? 84 years old, that's pretty old. So this right here from Fox News, an 84-year-old Missouri man charged with shooting and wounding a black teenager who mistakenly arrived at his home has surrendered to police. Andrew Lester, charged in the shooting of Ralph Yarl, has surrendered at our detention center and is in custody, said the Clay County Sheriff's Office. He is in the booking process right now. Here is Andrew Lester. Charges were filed Monday against Lester, Kansas City resident, for 1 count of armed assault. And can you understand, maybe, because I looked up the crime stats for Kansas City. They got a pretty high crime rate. Maybe he's in a neighborhood that's experienced a lot of crime. Maybe he's freaked out about what he constantly sees on mainstream media with all the riots, all the crap going on in Chicago right now. And maybe he's thinking, maybe I might be the next victim. So he was too quick on pulling the trigger. We can all agree that he was possibly too quick on pulling the trigger. We can all agree that it was possibly a mistake on Ralph Yarl's part, being at the wrong house at the wrong time. So you got this convergence of events, but when mainstream media looks at this, and when Benjamin Crump gets his teeth into this, and when you see the Reverend Al Sharpton looking at this, or Donald Lamone from the Counterfeit News Network, they're just rubbing their hands going, oh man, we are going to make something of this story. Even if it's not there, we'll just go ahead and make it up because we're good at that. I'm sick of being race baited
by the teleprompter corporate idiots sitting behind the desk in newsrooms all across the country. Newsrooms. I put that in quotes, very loose quotes. Charges were filed for 1 count of armed assault and 1 count of armed criminal action for shooting 16-year-old Ralph Yarl with a .32 caliber pistol around 10 p.m. on Thursday. Says Yarl, thank goodness this Ralph Yarl kid did not die. He's recovering at home. It says Yarl was released from the hospital on Sunday and is recovering from gunshot wounds to the head and arm. Yarl, 16, had gone to the wrong house to pick up his siblings when he was shot through the glass door, according to reports. You know, as all this stuff starts to unfold and they start investigating, and if we can get the truth, we might see that it's completely different than the way they're reporting. Initially, the initial reports were when he was shot in the head, the implication was that he didn't make it through it, but the kid did make it through it, and that's good. They set up a GoFundMe also for him, and it's already got over $3 million in this. It was set up by his aunt. I'm going to refresh this. So now it's at $3,065,680. Now it goes to $3,073,090. So, you know, the kid wants to go to Texas A&M to study something in chemistry, and I'm thinking that he's got enough money to do that now. And I don't think it's going to stop there. They were asking for $2.5 million. Now they have $3 million. Yarl's aunt, Faith Spoonmore, wrote in a GoFundMe that her nephew was picking up his younger brothers at a friend's house last Thursday evening and accidentally went to the wrong home 1 block away because he didn't have his phone. So I guess, you know, he couldn't geolocate it and he was in the wrong address. You know, that could have been an honest mistake. There's still a lot of questions that surround that I don't see mainstream media attempting to answer. Lester told police that he had just gone to bed when he heard his doorbell ring, so he picked up his gun and went to the door. Smart move as a homeowner when you want to defend yourself and those who might be in your house that you want to protect. According to the probable cause statement, he saw a black male pulling at the exterior door handle and shot twice through the glass door because he thought his house was being broken into. There's a lot of people who are gun owners who say, man, he should have never done that. But then again, you know, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback, and it's easy to say as a 20, 30, 40-something-year-old man or woman what you should do at 84 years old when you're at an extreme disadvantage. And maybe even there could be mental issues. I don't know, but he could have dementia. He could have, his hearing could be bad, so he doesn't have the senses that we have. His eyesight could be bad. Clay County Prosecuting Attorney Zachary Thompson said there was a racial component to the case. Just stupid to even throw that in there. Spoonmore describes her nephew as a fantastic kid who is a member of the Technology Student Association and the Science Olympian team, as well as a section leader in the marching band. I don't think we're getting the full story. And of course, we know how CNN is spinning this. Just to show you how CNN starts their article out. A white 84-year-old homeowner who allegedly shot and wounded Ralph Yarl, a black teen. So there you go, white versus black. White bad, black good. After the 16-year-old went to the wrong home to pick up his siblings, will face 2 felony charges. Andrew Lester will face charges of assault in the first degree and armed criminal action. And this guy, this attorney guy, I can tell you there was a racial component to the case. When asked whether Lester may also face hate crime charges, the prosecutor said that in Missouri, a hate crime is a lower level of felony and that adding such charges could constitute double jeopardy. A probable cause document released Monday evening similarly doesn't shine any light on why authorities believe race played a role in this case. There is no indication that Lester or Ralph spoke to one another before the Thursday evening shooting. The prosecutor added there is no evidence that the teen entered the home, and preliminary evidence shows Lester opened fire on the teen through a glass door with the .32 caliber revolver. There is no video of the encounter, even though when you see news clips of Lester's house, there's video cameras all over the place. I wonder if any of what we're being told on this story is even true. Because, if video camera evidence comes out and this kid was doing something completely different from what he said he did, we got a little issue there. Family attorney Benjamin Crump said in a statement, while this is clearly a step in the right direction, we will continue to fight for Ralph while he works toward a full recovery. So, of course, they are going to race bait this ad infinitum. They've already spent hours and hours and hours trying to promote this as a white versus black thing. And I would just caution you, we don't have all the facts. As a matter of fact, I question whether we have any of the facts. And it's probably good to just kind of sit back and wait. What would be really good is if video evidence materialized, then we don't have to believe anybody's word. That is, if the video wasn't tampered with and edited to spin a certain agenda. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think happened here? Do you think this is a racial thing? Do you think this is a hate crime? Exactly what do you think is going on here? Do you think we should give leeway to Mr. Lester because he is 84 years old and he could be suffering with disabilities that none of us are suffering with? Do you think the kid actually told the truth, that he really was mistaken, that he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, that he was really looking for his siblings, and that's what happened? That's pretty much the end of the story. Leave your thoughts about that in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. That's highimpactflix.com. And if you want to support the channel, the Cash App and Subscribe Star links are in the description. If you want to support further, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design you can get from the store. You can put it on a shirt, hoodie, mug, pillowcase, cell phone case, whatever you want. I will see you in the next video.
While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flix, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.